Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see JavaScript variables. So let's see what is meant by variables. So variables are the containers for storing the data. So variables is like a container. In the container we can able to store the data. Now let me tell you with an example. So you can take one box. Inside the box I am putting some pencil. So the box is storing those pencils, right? So the box is like a container and the pencils are like the datas. So the containers for storing the data, the containers are storing the data are storing in the containers. So this is what variable means. So now let's see, there are four ways for declaring the variables, which is automatically it can be declared, and then by using var, by using let, and by using const we can able to declare the variables. So let's see the difference between var, let, and const. So this is one important interview question in JavaScript. So let's go into this question. So where is functionally scoped or globally scoped? It can, the variables declared with where can be functionally scoped or globally scoped. So let's before that we can see the scope. What is meant by scope? So scope determines the accessibility of the variables. Okay, there are three types of scope, which is block scope, function scope, and global scope. So block scope means that is declared inside the block and cannot be accessed outside the block. This is what block scope means. Then function scope means we can it can be declared only within the function, we can declare it. Then global scope means we can declare it anywhere in the file. So that is what global scope refers to. So where is functional scope and or global scope, we can tell where can be declared inside the only within the function also, and can be declared anywhere in the file. So but let and const are block scope. So it which can be declared only inside the block, and which cannot be declared outside the block, and which cannot be declared in the function scope. So where hoisting takes place, and in let and const hoisting doesn't takes place. So hoisting means it is a default behavior of moving the declaration to the top of the scope. So let me show this example. So here we are declaring, so we are moving the usually what we will do, we will just assign one value for the variable, and then only we will just declare it like console.log a. So in hoisting we can declare the declaration can be moved to the top of the scope, which means in the top we can able to declare. So here before we are assigning the value itself, we are declaring, right? But anyhow it is going to be if we declare at the top, it will be, the output will be undefined only. But but the declaration is happening, right? So in var hoisting takes place, but if we are using let and const means we get an error. We not even we get undefined, we will be getting error while using let and const. So if we use this declaration after assigning means we will get the output what we have assigned. So this is what hoisting refers. So now we have seen this, right? Where only in where hoisting takes place, and in let and const it doesn't takes place. So now let's see the redeclaration. So in where redeclaration takes place, can be the redeclaration can be happen, but in let and const uh, it cannot be it cannot be redeclared in let and const. So now let's see the example. So by using var, right, they are using um, var x is equal to 10, and then they are declaring again they are redeclaring the variable. By using var we can able to redeclare the variable. So we are again they are redeclaring. So by using let, right, if they are declaring the y as 30, and if they are trying to redeclare, we cause an error. So see, this will cause an error. Not only in let, even if we use const also, we will get an error. So redeclaration happens only in where. So let and const cannot be redeclared. So now let's go with another difference, which is declared without initialization. So in var and let, the declaration will be happen without initialization also, but in const, only after initializing we can be declared. So now let's see an example for this. Yes, here declaration and initialization. Declaring value without initialization. So they are just without initializing any value, they are just declaring var a, and then if we console log, we get an output as undefined. Anyhow we didn't get an error. So declaration without initialization happens in var. And then even the same for let also, without assigning a value, we are just declaring the let be. So and then if we console log, again we get an output as undefined. So redeclaration without initialization also is happening, but it doesn't get an error. But while using uh, const, only if we initialize me, or only after initializing we get the output. If we declare means if we the declaration only happens only if we initialize the value. So here only if they didn't mention any value for they didn't initialize the value for constant events, if we declare the console.log d means we will get an error. So um, the declaration without initialization will be occur only in var and let, but in const only after initializing it can be declared. So if it is declared without initialization means we get an error. So at the last difference is reinitialized. In var and let we can be reinitialized, but in const we cannot be reinitialized. So let's see this with an example. So yes, here it is. So by using var here, they are var x is equal to 10, and then they are just console log dot. If we get the output again, if we reinitialize means reinitialize as 20, we get an output as 20. So even if we uh, reinitialize the values, we can able to get the output. It doesn't show any error. So in var reinitialization happens, and even in let also it happens. So see here, they are using let y is equal to 30. Again they are reinitializing as 40. Reinitializing and reassigning is same thing. We can say even reassigning. So they are reassigning the value here, so we can get the output here. But while using const, if we are reinitializing, we will be getting an error. So first time they are initializing with 50. So and it will run, it will just work. But if again if they are reinitializing with 60 means, we will be getting an error. So only in where and let alone the reinitialization happens, and in const it cannot be reinitialized. So that's all. So in this we have seen scope and hoisting also by only in this by learning var, let and const itself. By learning the variables itself, we can able to learn the scope and hoisting also. So thank you.